The tribunal chamber stretched vast and cold, its crystalline walls pulsing with bioluminescent patterns that had witnessed 1,000 civilizations rise and fall. Elsa stood in the center of the accused platform, her hands bound by energy shackles that hummed with alien technology. Around her, representatives from 47 galactic species sat in judgment, their forms ranging from tentacled giants to beings of pure energy. Benny watched from the observation deck, his fists clenched against the transparent barrier. He had tried to stand beside her, to share whatever fate humanity would face, but the Galactic Council had deemed only one representative necessary for the species' judgment. Humanity. The Grand Arbiter's voice resonated through translation nodes embedded in every wall. You stand accused of the greatest crime in known history. The genocide of the Velkari people. How do you answer? Elsa's jaw tightened. We didn't. Silence. A Krill representative slammed 3 of its appendages against its podium. We have evidence. Your warships, your weapons signatures, your own military transmissions. Fabricated evidence, Elsa shot back, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. We've shown you our flight logs, our communication records. Humanity's fleet was nowhere near Velkar Prime when it was destroyed. And yet, a Luminari judge floated forward, its ethereal form shimmering with accusatory red hues. The perpetrators used human technology. The destruction bore the hallmarks of human nuclear weaponry, which could have been stolen, replicated, or framed, Benny shouted from above, no longer able to contain himself. Guards moved toward him, but the Grand Arbiter raised a hand. Let him speak. Benny pressed against the barrier. Humanity has been part of the Galactic Council for barely 50 years. We're the newcomers, the weakest members. Why would we attack one of the most powerful species? What would we gain except our own destruction? Desperation, hissed a Serpentine delegate. The resources of Velkar Prime. Humanity breeds like vermin, always hungry for more worlds, more materials. That's a lie, Elsa's voice cracked with emotion. We've followed every protocol, every law. We've contributed to council missions, shared our discoveries, tried to be worthy members of this community. The Grand Arbiter's multifaceted eyes reflected no sympathy. The evidence speaks louder than your protests. In 1 hour, this council will vote on humanity's sentence. The options are complete quarantine of your solar system for 10,000 years, or total sterilization of your species to prevent future atrocities. Elsa felt her legs weaken, but she refused to fall. Both sentences were death sentences, just on different timescales. Quarantine would doom humanity to slow extinction on an overcrowded Earth, while sterilization would simply end them faster. There must be something, she whispered, looking up at Benny. The vault, Benny said suddenly. We demand access to the Vault of Witnesses. A stunned silence fell over the chamber. The Luminari judge flickered with surprise. The vault has been sealed for 3 million years. No species has accessed it in recorded history, because no species has been falsely accused of genocide in recorded history, Benny countered. According to the founding laws which even humans have studied, any species facing extinction-level judgment may petition the vault. We petition. The Grand Arbiter's mandibles clicked in what might have been irritation or consideration. The founding laws are ancient, written by civilizations that have long since turned to cosmic dust. The vault may not even respond. Then we have nothing to lose, Elsa said, straightening her spine. If we're truly guilty, the vault will confirm it. If we're innocent, perhaps the truth will finally be heard. The council deliberated for 17 minutes. When the Grand Arbiter finally spoke, its voice carried the weight of reluctant agreement. The petition is granted. But know this, humans. If the vault rejects your plea or confirms your guilt, the sentence will be carried out immediately. They transported Elsa to the vault's location in the heart of the council station. Benny had fought to accompany her, and, surprisingly, they had allowed it. Perhaps they thought humanity deserved one final moment together before its end. The vault stood at the terminus of a corridor that seemed to stretch beyond normal space. It was a simple obelisk, black as the void between stars, covered in script that predated every language in the known galaxy. According to legend, it was a repository of absolute truth, created by the precursors who had seeded intelligent life across the cosmos. Place your hand upon it, the Grand Arbiter instructed, having followed with a contingent of guards. Speak your truth. Elsa approached the obelisk, her heart hammering. Benny stood beside her, and she felt his hand slip into hers. Together, they placed their joined hands against the cold surface. We are human, Elsa said clearly. We are accused of genocide. We are innocent. For a long moment, nothing happened. The watching aliens exchanged glances, some satisfied, some disappointed. Then the obelisk began to glow. Light erupted from the ancient script, cascading down in waves of data that only the most advanced council systems could partially translate. Images projected into the air. A human ship, yes, but controlled remotely. Pilots from the Zathorn Empire, humanity's secret rival, operating from a hidden base. The conspiracy laid bare in irrefutable detail, but the vault showed more. It displayed humanity's history. Savage, yes, but also noble. Wars fought not just for conquest, but for ideals. Sacrifices made for strangers. Art and music that transcended mere survival. The slow, painful climb towards something better. Then the obelisk spoke, its voice ancient beyond measure, yet somehow kind. Bearer of justice. The words hung in the air, and Elsa realized they were directed at humanity itself, not at her. Not at Benny, but at their entire species. The accused are innocent. The vault's voice continued. The humans carry the flame that burned in those who created me. Imperfect, struggling, but always reaching for what is right. They are bearers of justice in a galaxy that has grown complacent. The Grand Arbiter stood frozen, its complex biology unable to process such a complete reversal. Around the chamber, delegates began speaking at once, some demanding verification, others already calling for the Zathorn to be brought to judgment. Elsa collapsed to her knees, tears streaming down her face. Benny held her, his own eyes wet with relief and disbelief. Humanity is exonerated, the Grand Arbiter finally announced, its voice hollow with shock. All charges are dismissed. The Zathorn Empire will face investigation for war crimes and conspiracy. As they led Elsa and Benny back through the corridors, aliens who had called for their destruction now parted before them with something like respect, or perhaps fear. The oldest relic in the galaxy had spoken, and it had declared humanity not just innocent, but guardians of the very concept of justice. Benny squeezed Elsa's hand. We're going home. We're going home, she agreed, and everything has changed. Behind them, the vault's glow slowly faded, returning to its ancient slumber. But its words echoed through the Galactic Council, a reminder that sometimes the youngest species carried the oldest virtues, and that justice, no matter how long buried, would always find its voice. Humanity had been declared guilty. The ancient relic had declared them something far more powerful, worthy.